Hi, it's 975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. Now, when I'm out pirating, sometimes, well, quite often, we get disgruntled customers. This gentleman was disgruntled that I pirated him. It was the first ever bit of piracy I did in my dropship, and that I've just brought to you in a different video. And I did say in that video that, I feel that people will see a shieldless dropship and that might entice them to do this, which is come back for revenge. Something you expect quite often when you pirate people. People get pirated usually in a Type 9 or trade cutter, and they come back in a combat ship. In this case, a combat cutter. Cutters are very popular as the combat ship they come after you in. And this person's come back with a cutter with 4 sets of pack hounds. So I do this whole charade where I do the no cargo, free to go and jump out, because there's no way that can fight that, let alone that fight that when that is full of pack hounds. Yeah, a cutter full of pack hounds will just rip me apart in 2 seconds. But I mean, if he does interdict me again and not take the hint that I'm not interested in fighting him in a pirate ship, I will at least give it a go for what it's worth. And jump out when I need to. However, when you're attacked by a cutter in any of my pirate ships, I don't think there's any of my pirate ships that could beat a cutter, realistically. I mean, you're talking about easily 9,000 to 12,000 shields, and I'm not even sure I've got a pirate ship with 1,000 shields. My pirate ships are like, the most shielded is probably my Crate Phantom, the Bad Penny, which is a bi-weave. It's not that strong. Then I've got a Mamba with about 630 bi-weave on it. My Clipper's terrible, absolutely paper thin shields. The Cobra and this are both shieldless. Am I missing out any pirate ships? I think don't even get me started on my Asp Scout Stealth pirate ship. Yeah, that's definitely not got shields that are very strong. So yeah, I think all of my pirate ships combined don't have the shields of that cutter I'm facing. And basically, as soon as he gets a lock with his pack hounds, this fight is over. If I can just mess around, a little bit, I'll be happy. The fact that I actually take a ring of his shields off is actually pretty good going. Was better than I expected. So it wasn't a particularly strong cutter, I don't believe, but there's no way I'm winning this fight. This is just a pointless exercise. But you put up a little bit of a showing before you jump out, give him something, and to be fair, I'm just having fun trying to hit him with the fixed missiles. They are quite awkward to use, but they are so much fun and satisfying when they hit. They just look good. But there we go. He hits me with the one set of 4 pack hounds, and 4 pack hounds hitting a shieldless ship. That's my weapon. My primary gun gone already. Yeah, that's taken out my beam laser. So that's that over with. The only thing I can do is jump away, and concede that the much bigger, more powerful ship has chased away the pirate ship. Now, I did get sent a message from him, which was telling me that run, and I was like, all right. Let's see if I can make this a little more in my weight class, because I could feel the smug mode coming from this commander. So I came back in my Anaconda, which is my only large combat ship, and this isn't even a full PvP build. It's got a fuel scoop on there, it's got a weight scanner. It's not a full hardcore PvP build, but it is a decent large combat ship. It's either this or my Corvette, but I think I was parked too far away from my Corvette to make it in one jump. It's not saying a lot. I mean, I don't have to be that far away for it to be 4 or 5 jumps for my Corvette. Trust me. Most of the time it just says you can't jump there. That's how bad my Corvette's jump range is. But the Anaconda is a good ship to get around in. And I arrived just as he was coming out of the station, and after a little sort of pantomime bit, I managed to get him to follow me away from the station, and we had a little set 2 1v1 styling. Now everyone knows I personally don't like the cutter. I still think it's a cope ship. I do find a lot of the people that come after me after I've pirated them choose to come after me in a cutter, and I really don't have the ships equipped to fight cutters. I run a lot of smallers and mediums, a lot of shieldless ships. I only have the two big ships, which is my silly Corvette 4-shell cannon and this Anaconda. And I'm not the best in bigs. It goes without saying, I'm terrible in bigs. I'm not very good in mediums. But I'm way better in mediums than I am in bigs. And like I said, I don't really have anything to take cutters on. Even this can run out of ammo against a tough cutter. I would expect like a top tier PvP cutter for me to actually run out of ammo before I get through those shields. Because, you know, frags are frags. Generally, it's, you know, the cutter is ridiculously strong shields, like ludicrously strong shields. You're talking 9,000 to 12,000 shield strength. Easily, with banks. It's a lot to chew through for anyone. But this Anaconda is a good sort of touch-based testing pad for ships. If you've, if your shields aren't the best, this thing will chew you apart. This does a lot of DPS very quickly. It is very brutal. If I cancel a couple of banks, its job good. It just usually does the job against most things. It puts pressure on decent PvP build big ships. Regardless of like the fact that I can't win the fight because I'm going to run out of ammo. If I'm in a wing, this thing is horrific for you to come across if you're in a big ship. It just dumps out so much DPS so quickly. It's what it's for. And I didn't feel like this person had the most powerful cutter out there. I don't think this was, you know, someone who's... Normally, if someone comes back at me for pirating them in a cutter, it's not someone that's... I don't want to rag on this guy because I don't know this commander at all. So I could be completely wrong here in this assessment, but generally, if someone comes back at me with a cutter, it means they don't generally do a lot of PvP. You normally find it's the PvE players that tend to lean on cutters and corvettes a lot more than the PvP guys. The PvP guys will mostly come at you in a medium if that's what they're most comfortable in. If you're in a medium, they'll come after you in a medium because they don't want to give up the speed advantage. Whereas you generally find if the person's not really that much of a PvPer, they'll come after you in a cutter. It's like I say, it's kind of a coping mechanism ship because it's so powerful, because it's so strong, because it can jump so far, because it's so fast. It can't be mass locked by many things. You know, if at any point the fight turns against you, you can get away in a cutter, which is its greatest strength. But from the point the fight started, I was pretty comfortable in this one. Yeah, my Anaconda's, like, I'm not the best in it. It's no great shakes. But like I say, it just chucks out so much DPS. And the other odd thing, it's got so much screening shell, a lot of these pack-ants weren't getting anywhere near me. Blowing them up before they got to me, which was quite fun. But yeah, not an optimal cutter build by any stretch of the imagination, but this was all about just, you know, he chased me out in my medium ship, medium shieldless ship with this cutter, so I come back in a large ship and chase him out. That kind of evens things up and it's on as even. And I'm still ahead because I did pirate him. So yeah, after this little display, I went back and got in my pirate ship, carried on pirating. I did switch over to the Bad Penny, which I've actually brought you the footage of what happened after this. I had some no cargoes, Vulture decided to attack me, and yeah, I've already used that footage in a video. So oddly, this is the reason why I got in the Bad Penny, because the Bad Penny is way better at coping with people being aggressive towards it than my dropship at the moment. If I feel like piracy is going to be a lot of people chasing me around, the Bad Penny is the way I tend to go. It's either that or my Mamba, because my Mamba's super fast and can escape from anything. Yeah, the dropship and the Cobra Mark IV are for when I'm feeling fun and silly pirating, expecting light resistance or no resistance. You know, I'll step it up and get into my stronger pirate ships depending on what's happening. The Clipper and the Orca, that was the pirate ship I forgot. The Clipper and the Orca are for fun, fast piracy, so when I expect people to be in smaller, faster ships, I'll grab them. Or if there's a lot of cutters around, I'll grab my Clipper. But all in all, I thought this was a good use of my time, messing around, having fun with this commander, who took umbrage at being pirated, decided to come back and get some combat in, and realised quite soon when I got my big ship out, he'd been off more than he can chew. But GG to this commander, fair play to him. You know, he chased my pirate ship away, then I got in a big ship and I chased him away. So all fair, all GG's. He was a nice guy. It was all GG's and fun, and it was a pleasant enough pirate encounter and then a pleasant enough combat encounter afterwards. So that's why we're playing open, because you never know what's going to happen. And I do think people being attacked by a shieldless dropship will come for retribution, because it is something they definitely think they can take. But the warning there is, they might be able to take me in that, but I might get in something different. That's all. Thanks for watching.
Smug mode.